Just to win it all. Problems when it comes to choosing, we got all them solved. Got the picks that needin' fixed, and you know who to call. Cause this the pick vault.
And we are live here from Boston. I'm Matt Taylor alongside Danny Sid.
And I'm here, Matt, and I have no rhyme today, so we're just going to get right after this. Let's get to it.
All right, so there's breaking news, obviously, out of the NFL. All right, we haven't talked about the NFL in a while, but breaking news coming out. Myles Garrett is signing a 5-year extension, which will add on to his current 2 years left on his deal to make it a 7-year deal worth $144 million. Now, Dan, does extending Myles Garrett and the fact that the Browns are choosing to extend Myles Garrett now a sign that they're ready to take that leap and end that culture of mediocrity?
I mean, I would definitely say it's time for that leap. I mean, if you look at where that team has gone over the past 3 years, the additions they've had to it, I think adding Myles Garrett is taking that leap, but it's like stabilizing your defense. He's the leader of your defense now for the next 5 years, so we got to see if he could take on that leadership role. I know a lot of people have questioned Myles Garrett and his attitude, the way he acts, but I think maybe a little light will flick on his head and say, hey, it's my time to make a change in this organization.
No, absolutely. Talking about the past 3 years, the Browns are actually 13-34-1
That's
over the past
horrible record.
3 years. They're struggling, obviously, and it's time, again, it's either make or break this year, in my opinion, for Baker Mayfield. It's Baker Mayfield's time to either step up or step aside, because look at their offense. I mean, just talking about the mere fact that they look at, you got Baker Mayfield, Jarvis Landry, Odell Beckham Jr. You got Njoku, Austin Hooper.
Yeah, I mean, Kareem Hunt. I mean, you have on paper that team is different.
Yeah, of course. And the NFL power rankings for rosters, they have the 11th best roster according to PFF.
And I honestly, being top, they're about top 10. I'd say they're around the top 10 area, give or take. So I mean,
so adding Myles Garrett on that defense, right? Extending his contract after having 3 coaches in 3 years, after having, again, a terrible record for lack of better words. You're heading into Baker's 3rd year. You still have Odell. You still have Chubb. You still have Kareem Hunt. You still have Jarvis Landry. What else could Baker Mayfield ask for? What else could the Browns organization ask for to make an impact in that division and in the NFL at whole?
I mean, I think the one question Baker Mayfield has to ask is he has to ask himself if he's ready to take this team to the next level. Because last year he was the 2nd worst in passing completion at 59%, which is, with that kind of offense, you might, Matt, be able to have a better completion pass with the kind of roster you have.
Well, the problem that they're going to face, right? Baker struggled, but the problem they're going to face is the fact that they're in a division with the Ravens and the Steelers, right? And you're going to have to win 9+ games, at least in that division, which leads to my question, leading it all back to sports betting, right? The over-under is currently set at 8.5 games, right? And they're going to have to, like I said, they're going to, in order to make the playoffs with the Steelers and the Ravens in that division, you're going to have to win 9, 10, maybe even 11
and who
games.
knows? Look out for the Bengals. I know that's a little bit of a long shot, but I mean, that's a brand. Talk about a new team. Like, that whole team is revamped and ready to go.
100%. That division has become a really tough division to play in.
Absolutely.
So going back to the question, do you think they hit the over or the under on 8.5?
Under. Absolute under. They're, especially look at those defenses that are in the league too. Between the Ravens, forget the Ravens. I am a Ravens fan, and I'm concerned about how the Steelers are going to come out this year because they're hungry. That defense could be one of the best defenses in the NFL.
And that is why Myles Garrett is a big addition, because you're playing in that division over and over and over and over, right? And like you said, they have the Steelers defense historically is great. Right, and last year their defense was great too. Their defense carried them.
It used to be. Absolutely.
Their defense carried them last year in a year where they didn't have Big Ben, in a year they didn't even have Rudolph down the stretch.
Yeah,
I mean,
thanks to Myles Garrett,
it all comes together. So anyway, this is the Pick Vault, and we'll keep you updated about the Cleveland Browns and everything breaking in the NFL. Signing off.
Taking sports gambling to the next level. Till next time, this is the Pick Vault, signing off.
This the Pick Vault. Gonna sit you down and listen to this real talk. Ain't no first or second option, this the default. Turning picks into these dollars, gonna let them fall.